Hi, thanks so much for clicking on this video. So I really want to talk about something that I've never heard talked about, and I think it's important that as parents and amazing teachers that we need to start discussing about forced emotional neglect by schools onto us parents. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because we in our family recently had a death, and it was very tragic. And my children, ages so 2 8-year-olds and 11-year-old, well, my youngest 3 anyway. We found out on the Friday morning, and on the Monday and Tuesday, the school unauthorised their leave. So they were not authorising it because they believe that a child only needs 1 day for bereavement and that they should be in school. And so today I almost brought one of my children in, but she was so upset, and I thought I'm not gonna bring her in. We'll go for a walk, let her ground, let her rebalance. But actually, back in the day, I would have made it go, because as parents we have a lot of pressure with we're going to get fined if they have time off school, if they're late too often, if they're off school a lot. And this is why I'm doing this. It is emotional neglect. We are not catering to our children's needs and what they want. So for a school to think that a child only needs 1 day after a traumatic event or for bereavement is bonkers, and to expect parents to fall in line with that, or then send letters out like I received for each of my children that they're not in agreement with it. This is the problem. This is the pressure that they are putting on us. So for my own family, within the last 2 years, not even 2 years, we had a house fire. Like our whole roof was like pretty much burnt off. There's a massive hole in it. One of the bedrooms, everything was completely ruined. It was massively traumatic. It was in the middle of the night. We ended up in emergency accommodation for 4.5 months. And then one of my children, who was really, really struggling at the time, had a lot of time off. And we got called in even by the educational welfare officer and the school head teacher, because they were, we understand that your child is traumatized by this, and we do understand, but, and it's like, no, as soon as you follow by a but, you're just undoing what you've just said. You don't understand. And if they did understand, we wouldn't have been having that meeting. I've seen it countless and countless and countless times when it comes to a child's health, like mental health and their well-being. They don't care. It's 2024, okay? 2024. What the is wrong when in schools, these establishments, educational establishments, which are there for our children, which should be there for all of their needs, why is it that they only care if they're physically unwell? Because you can see that. You don't see trauma. You don't see any emotional dysregulation that's going on internally. You don't see that. It comes out in behaviours. Sometimes we can label it as a bad behaviour, but no, it's a need that needs addressing. So this morning, my daughter's need, when she was upset and having a tantrum, it was just a trigger to be able to release any pent-up emotion. And I ask any parents, any carers, anybody that has any children in their lives, please take note of this. Mental health is number one. If that is not there, nothing will follow. And we really have to stick together on this. Let's stop teaching our children to suck it up and get on with it, okay? Because sucking it up and getting on with it is why we have so many adults with mental health problems, stressed, depressed, anxious. It's ridiculous. And the fact that we are still following this old stupid system of sucking it up and getting on with it, and that the schools are forcing us to, by threatening us with stupid bloody letters and fines, because I don't know, for example, if you're like me, I'm on a lower income bracket, so we can't afford to go on holiday all the time. I can't even remember the last time my children had we had a holiday last year, but apart from that, I actually can't remember before that when they actually had a holiday away on a plane. So because of the stress that we'd been through with the house fire and being in emergency accommodation, one of our children actually decided, okay, this child needs to get away. So they went away for 2 weeks with their nan to Turkey. And of course, we're going to get a fine for this. Of course, we've already been threatened and been given the letters and stuff like this. But she needs it. And as parents, if I kept following, because I was feeling pressurised by the school, so not letting her go because of the fine or because of their stupid bureaucratic bull and tick box and making sure everything looks good for them, then she didn't go. And if she wouldn't go then, and then if all of this stress that she's going through in the mornings and having blow-ups, and if I'm sending her in, what do you think that's going to do over time? It's just going to be another generation of people with trauma that is not dealt with and that's just coming out and overspilling. So please, I just ask you as people, please hear my words. Can we stop allowing the schools to pressure us as parents so that we go along with their tick box stupid crap, so they look good on paper, and put our children's health first? Okay, even if your child is ill or feels sick, maybe their body's manifesting that because they're stressed and they don't want to go. Whatever the reason, it's there for a reason. But that seems, why does a child actually have to be vomiting or have a temperature? It just, honestly, I'm sorry about the rant, but it's beyond me. When I had these letters the other day from the school, I was furious. I was so furious. So I went back into my old style, like reactive mode, and I wrote this email to the school. And I took a minute and thought, no, hang on, wait. Let me just email them first. Let me give them the chance, and let me make sure that it was correct and that it wasn't sent in error. And it wasn't sent in error. So I'm not as furious as I was feeling, but I do feel frustrated that there's so many of us, people and parents. We have the power. Why are we still allowing all these people in power? Like, there must be 100 of us to one of them. Why are we allowing them to rule our lives with how we are with our children? I mean, that's just the start of it. Never mind the bloody taxes and fines and everything else that go on. But why? We need to stick together. We need to do something. Anyway, I'm going to go. Sorry, it's rambling because I'm just still figuring out all of this. And but if you heard this, please share your experiences. What's happened with your schools where they've been unsupportive with your children? Let me know. All right, much love. Thanks. Bye.